But what's going on, everybody? My name is Trey Williams, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about quality versus quantity. So it's mostly in relationships, kind of just when you have quantity when it comes to women and dating and stuff like that. I feel that when you go for quantity instead of quality, you kind of lose yourself in the process, because you're just going after women not basing your things on anything. You're really just giving yourself to every single person, and which is bad for the spirit, because that's just not how you're supposed to do it. And I think this generation knows that, but are too lazy to really work with somebody and kind of just want that instant gratification. When it comes to dudes, they want butt, or they want up here, or they think in such of a lustful manner. And then for some women, they kind of tend to gravitate towards money and how tall is he, how big is his Johnson and all that stuff. And a lot of people kind of go after that stuff, and they know it's wrong, I think. Now, I don't know, because I'm not gonna lie, I've thought of that one time. I mean, not one time, but I've thought of it before, when I was younger, and kind of just stupid. But the more I grow and the more that I got to experience love, is just amazing. And I've only experienced love one time, and that was recently. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Me and this girl, I'm gonna call this girl A. I'm gonna call her A. And this is recently, by the way. This is recently. Me and this girl A, I met her on the first day of school. I'm 16, by the way. I'm a junior, and I met her, and it was literally after school, though. I literally didn't know of her until after school. We got on the bus, and something was just telling me, talk to her. Something was just telling me, talk to her, right? And I like, it's so vivid in my head. And I was talking to her, and we was going back and forth. How was your day at school? Da 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 da. And then it led up to the point where we live in the same complex, right? And when we live in the same complex, we got off the bus and we was like, yo, you live here? And then we was just like, yo, we should hang out, da da da. So boom, we went to the gym. Mind you, I've never heard of a girl wanting to go to the gym, in my opinion. I've never heard that. Especially in today's generation, I've never heard that. But when I heard that, I was like, yo, I was so hype. I was telling my mom about this and all that. I was like, yo, mom, I got me a gym buddy, this and that. And then, honestly, guys, it really just built up from there, bro. It really just built up from there. It really just, after that, we hung out the next day, and we was training together, and I was just like, yo, I'm like, just my feelings for her just got deeper and deeper and deeper. And mind you, back then, not back then, like, it literally, this was so recent, like literally probably like a week, it was literally a week ago. But like back when, and like probably like before summer started, I would have been so much different. Like before I even got my faith with God stronger, I would have looked at her a complete different way. I would have literally probably just looked at her so lustful. But like, God sent me an angel, it felt like. God sent me someone, and after we were, very close with each other, I did not feel temptation at all. I didn't feel the temptation of pride. I didn't feel the temptation of lust. I didn't feel the envy. I didn't feel any temptation. All I felt was love and gracefulness and gratitude towards God. It's for allowing me to love this person really, you know what I'm saying? And she felt the exact same way, and it felt like we were absolutely perfect for each other. It felt like that, and it really feels like that to this day, but maybe just me. But it feels amazing. But yes, we did have to cut things off due to personal reasons, me and A. It's personal reasons. I don't feel like exposing this on the internet, so I just gonna keep it from like that, though. But that's what I mean by quality over quantity in relationships. You can be with 500 girls, and there might be a chance where you didn't even get to experience love in those relationships. But when you really take your time to build yourself, build your character, build who you want to be for your future wife, that's when you finally get to experience real love. But you have to follow God first. You will not be able to experience real love if you don't have a real love with God. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart. You cannot experience real love without having love with God, because He will show you, and He will put people in your life just like that, and He'll take them out just like that. Last week I wouldn't have known that I'd be right here to this day. I wouldn't have known at all. It wouldn't have never crossed my mind, but it happened. And as men, we have to really, make sure we don't fall. Because when I got news that, things couldn't happen anymore, I dead seriously went on a walk and just, I didn't want to believe it, but I knew I had to, because I went through that same experience before, but that was with lust. That whole reason had to do with lust, and this felt like amazing. So it's like, why did it get taken out of my life? But that would be very selfish of me. And since I love this girl dearly, still to this day, and I'll admit it, you can call me weird, you can call me lame, you can call me, you can call me whatever. I don't care. I could care less, bro. Because once you get to experience love with some girl that you only knew for a week, I only knew her for a week. I have, through all the girls, from any girl that I've dated in the past, I have not felt this real of love ever. This is the best girl that I've ever met in my life, yo. And I think that's why I still love her to this day, because she was everything to me. Literally, I will, even to this day, I will literally go out of my way for her in any aspect. I could care less of what someone says. I could care less. I would go out of my way for her at any moment. Any moment. I could care less. It is such a beautiful love story, man. And I want to get more into detail, but I can't really get into more detail, because one, the video will be too long, but also I also don't like excluding all the information, because I don't know, sometimes I like to just look back at, the good memories. Nah, that's what's really killed me for real. But nah, it's just yeah, man, just always go for quality, not quantity, because quantity will kill you. Quantity will kill you. You will never know how to deal with that much women, bro. I don't care how playboy, how pimp you are, bro. On everything, you'll fold once God comes in. Once God comes in, you'll fold. I can promise you that. And for my boys that's still working on their quality, and they're working on themselves, and they're trying to find the one, be patient, stick with God. Make sure you're spending a lot of time with God, you guys. Spend as much time as you can with Him. So a lot of people are busy nowadays, and sports, whatever you guys got for your careers, people are busy, but always make sure you have time for God, for sure. And yeah, guys, honestly, for my men out there, stay strong. And if whoever's listening, if there's anybody else listening, stay strong. Don't let these worldly desires cling on to us. Let it be natural. Let it be in God's will. Let it be in God's hands. Let Him guide you. Okay? And to my A out there, if she's watching and she's listening, just know I love you still to this day, and I hope everything is going good. I'm praying for you. Don't forget that. And I'll catch y'all boys later.